Hello, this is Daniel Kennedy from Steadfast Construction and Design, here for the final video now that we've got the furniture in of the 3-bed house to 6-bed ensuite HMO, 4 ensuite, sorry, 2 off-suite. We're at the front of the property now, you can just see in the background. So the furniture is in. We've done the last little bits of jobs that the building control requested us to, so like a banister going into the loft conversion, and now we're just here to balance the system to get it all tickety-boo, and then this should be the last visit. So let's go see what the final product looks like and what your HMO will look like if you get it done from Steadfast Construction and Design. So stepping into the property here, we didn't restore the Minton floor unfortunately because it wasn't within the client's budget. I would have loved to spend a few £1,000 getting that up to scratch, but alas, it is what it is. Here we have the 4-zoned fire panel that we put in the property. So you've got the rear portion of the property, kitchen and room, the front room and the communal space, the middle floor, and then the top floor. We did a full rewire on this, so you've got the new fuse board as well. So we didn't change the incoming supply. So now we're stepping into the first unit. And he obviously hasn't put all the furniture together. But this is, we've got one room of this colour furniture, and then we've got these double beds. Still waiting on the client to put together the beds. And this is what a bathroom will look like. Cue the applause. Say it once and I'll say it again. Our cupboard's available for £32.50. Look at this wardrobe. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you prefer this furniture or the furniture in the next room? Here we have the communal space. For some reason the client has opted to put the fridge in the communal space, but I'm not going to judge, that's entirely up to him. And here we have the plant room. I don't know why he's got it on, it seems a bit of a waste of energy, but hey, it is what it is. You can see all the lovely neat pipe work, and you just sort of like expect this. When you pay a premium, you can get some horrid tank rooms. This is a unvented cylinder system, so we upgraded the water as we mentioned previously. Always upgrade the water. We've got 2 immersion heaters connected, so that's that and that, so if the boiler goes, the tenants are still going to have hot water. Always good to have that backup, and I'll thank you for it in these cold winter months. Don't skimp on your plant room, guys. Remember, HMOs, you build for all time, not just your time. You want good, sturdy systems that are going to last, that are going to be durable and set yourself ahead of the market. Obviously, it's more expensive. We know it's more expensive, but think long term. You want to set yourself up in a way where potentially you could go away for a month or 2 months and there'll be no issues. When you have a really robust system like this, you're not going to get call outs. You're not going to get tenants calling you up saying the boiler doesn't work after you've educated them on how to work it, how to turn it on, because most of the time we get problems. It's when tenants have messed with the heating system and then actually turned the boiler off. We went for an ideal heater with a 7-year warranty, so the client just needs to register that. And that's the only thing we're waiting for now is the gas safety cert, and then we can get the building reg signed off. So yeah, good stuff. There's his fridge. So always remember, thumb turn locks on every exit. You need to be able to get out of the building without using a key. And then you can just see there the remnants of the pipe that we had to dig out. We put an outside tap as well at the request from the client. We redid all the guttering. So like, those are the little jobs, you know, when you're on a build, like the builders will say, oh, that's not included in the quote, that's not, like, just stop, like, you don't have to accept it. Like with us, with me managing it, all these little bits get accounted for, so you may think it's expensive, and we may be a bit more expensive than the next builder, but I'm not going to come with you and be really snaky, and when your arse is to the floor and you have to kind of pay us because we're on the site and say, we need extra money for the guttering, we need this, we need that. It pisses me off as an investor, so I'll make sure my build team don't do it either. And that way you just get a more pleasant experience, and hopefully your faith is restored, because I recognise the more money you make, the more deals you're going to do, so the more times you're going to bloody hire us. It's just win-win. But with builders, it just doesn't seem to register. They just think about the money on Friday is what I found, and they try and squeeze you for every penny that it's worth. But you don't get that with Steadfast, and you never will, not while I'm on this tenure. So we bricked this up because this was a window. You can see there. And that's a soil pipe going into the existing drain, if you can see there. All we did with the back, let me show you actually. All we did, we just cleared it away. Took all the rubbish out, made it look good. We re-cemented a few of the slabs as well on the top. I'm going to zoom in now. No, I'm not. Oh, there I am. So you can see we've redone all the lead work. We've cut it into the mortar. We've redone the tiles as well. Right, now let's go see the kitchen. So this was a unique one because the client wanted to have the kitchen kept as it were, and initially I was like, nah, let's get it redone, but he was insistent. And the result, to be perfectly honest, is fantastic. Just a quick one, you need core points at every exit. Right, look at this. You would not know that this was a reused kitchen, and I'm certainly gonna potentially in future deals, if I have something of a similar ilk, maybe reuse the kitchen. How good is that? It looks brand new. All we did was change the worktops, put a new oven in that's electric, you don't want to have gas with your tenants, put a new hood in because that was gone. There was a few rotten carcasses that we had to build out. We used the same sink. We replaced the valves on the taps, so that's not a new tap, that's the existing. We built this using a Decker end panel from Howden's. They took this from my job on York Road, so expensive worktop there. And I had to get an extra length, the swines, but it is what it is. And then we used MDF to enclose the rest of the carcass. And then we boxed it in using the rest of the Decker end panel up there, as you can see. And then he's gone for a premium black to match the tiles of the Black & Decker there. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm really happy with it. It's very warm in here. He wanted us to keep the tiles, but we ran out of them. So we were having to proper bastardize all the tiles to try and get them to fit. So obviously the tiling is not as good as it should be, but we couldn't help that because we wanted to keep the existing rather than change them all. So we had very, very limited sort of flexibility. Like some of this, like that wasn't ours, but it's not the best. But hey, he's the client. We have to do what he says. Now we're going to go into the rear unit. Again, another core point. We've used this lovely laminate that the chippy managed to get. Again, another thumb turn lock and emergency lights. Okay, he's done none of the building of the furniture. Okay, that's a shame. I was hoping to show you the finished product, but it is what it is. So again, this is an ensuite unit, a hell of a lot more spacious than most people would have anticipated. But look, perfect. This is going to be a long-lasting, durable HMO. Mirror, bathroom. And again, the aqua boards. Put an electric shower here. And we've got the lovely warm towel rails. Right, let's go upstairs now. So now we're going to go upstairs, guys. So same carpet, which is action back grey. The reason why we don't go for the cheapest, because we want to have a bit of longevity. We really splurge out on the underlay. And this is one of the off-suite units. Again, a 5 chest of drawers, not the 4, just to give that extra space. We repainted the banister. We took out the toilet that was here, and that's where the Wi-Fi is going to go. You can see the nice long corridor. Those of you who joined us at the start will recognise that that was a room back there, and we created this corridor. He's literally done none of the rooms yet. Never mind. But you can get a feel for how it's going to look. I'll come back and take some pictures when he's done it. But this will be the last video. And then we'll interview the landlord. This is the communal shower for the 2 off-suite rooms. You have to excuse, so I've got a bit of a sore voice. And then we went for a flat mirror on this one, because who's going to store their stuff in the communal? Now we've got the 2 remaining rooms. So here on the left, we've got the second off-suite room. Oh, this is a big one, this. Okay, double bed, lovely big wardrobe for the recess where the chimney breast was. Man, I love new HMOs. And then you put all your blood, sweat and tears into it, and then tenants just come and wreck it. But hopefully they pay you for the honour. Now we've got the loft conversion. This was a very, very intense work. So this is what we had to do. We had to install the banister, and that was the last thing we needed to do for building regs, so that's why we're here today. Here we have a loft goblin. Hopefully this will bring the client an absolute great return. Personally, wouldn't have set it up that way, but it's not too bad. Gives it more, makes it more like a flat rather than self-contained, rather than a HMO room. Right, let's go and have a look in this bathroom here. This is the most high-end bathroom, I feel. Could have flushed the toilet, Joe. That was it. That wasn't you? Right, okay, well we'll leave that off camera. And then lovely showers. Right guys, that brings us to the end of our journey. This is a 3-bed house that we turned into a 6-bed HMO, which 4 ensuite, 2 off-suite units. We took it back to brick, full rewire, full upgrade of the plumbing and heating system, a 25mm pipe coming into the property now to allow for the volume to service these many bathrooms, because it wouldn't work on the existing supply. We've repaired the roof, we've redone the lead work, ripped it all the way back to brick, done a complete loft conversion. We've plastered all the walls, put the fire doors on, and we've made this a compliant HMO. It took us 10 weeks to do, and a few days where we did a few extras that the client wanted us to do. But it's been a joy to get our teeth into our first project and bring the team together and just discover how to work better and deal with the many problems that crop up during the stages of a refurb. If you're wanting to get involved in HMOs and you're unsure and you're a bit nervous on who to pick, what to do, where to even start, get in touch. We've got a big waiting list at the moment, but when the risk is you losing tens of thousands of pounds of the many bloody charlatans out there that will have your pants down and take every penny that you got, just wait for somebody who's not going to rip you off, and I can 100% guarantee you'll end up with a product like this, because it's me controlling it. I have no financial sort of hold or interest involved in the property. I just created this to be able to use for my deals because I got screwed over by so many builders, and I see stories every day of people getting done over on small things, and to avoid that, just wait for us and we will do it for you. Because what you get with us, Steadfast Construction and Design, you get somebody, me, who's a landlord, so I know what needs to be done in terms of managing the properties and how to ensure that the tenants have less complaints, because you're always going to get complaints. You're always going to have minor maintenance issues if it's built well. And then that coupled with the experience of the guys that we have in the team, you're going to end up with a HMO that will last you decades, get you premium rent, and you don't need to do these fancy bespoke graffiti on the wall that cost you like hundreds of thousands of pounds, because it doesn't translate to more rent. People are going to want a nice clean product and they want to pay less for it, and that in turn you could fit that niche and your ROI will beat these really great bespoke HMOs. It's going to be very easy to maintain because white walls, how hard is that? Grey carpets, it's going to last forever because tenants can put their own stamp on every room. And you're never going to need to revisit this property. You keep it for life, you keep it let out, and then you go and scale. And if it's built well, you're going to have very few maintenance issues. And that's why I implore you to not skimp on your builders. You don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds, but you are going to need to spend a bit. And that's where we fit in. You're going to get me managing the project, or my competent colleague, Louis, who's going to be on site every day, making sure the things that I want to get done do get done. You're going to have the trades who are very experienced in their own right, and they're going to tackle any problem that they find, and that's all going to be hands-off for you. So if you want a hands-off, stress-free refurb, we're the team for you. Alternatively, if you're wanting to invest in the HMO market, we do sourcing, but on the basis, the deal will only usually work if you let us refurb. So if we source a property like we have on our current 7-bed, you get put to the back of the line, I'll source you a deal. It might take a year because I'm not going to source you a crap deal. And then you get put back on the line of our refurb team so I can then deliver this product to you. Get in touch, and that can be a completely hands-off investment for you. And then I also know people who can manage it for you as well if that's the route you wanted to take. We won't manage it ourselves. But I do have some preferred partners that I can pass you along to. So, no more videos of West Brom. This is the final cut. The next time we'll be getting some pictures of the finished room when they're dressed, hopefully. And the landlord will send them over, and then I'll interview the landlord if it'll allow me to, and we'll do a bit of a ROI, profit, what went well, what went good, what went bad, what could be improved, etc. And hopefully you'll get loads of benefit from that as well. So thank you for joining me on this journey. I know it was a bit of a long one because we did a job in the middle of it. 10.5 weeks till completion. So I'm really pleased with the timeline. I don't know anyone who can do it that fast in the West Midlands. I'm sure there are teams out there, but I haven't heard of them yet. So if you want to be part of Steadfast and you want us to do your HMOs, get in touch. Thank you.